Welcome back to the Epidose. These crazy people that just eat meat and can't stop talking about it. I'm Tom Clark, and this is Justin Giebler, all out life.carnivore. And what are we talking about today, Justin?
Yeah, so today is going to start off a bit of a little series of videos. Again, the typical theme of how much to eat, what to eat, and using data to help us on that journey. But before we get started, make sure you are subscribed, hit that like button, make sure that bell notification is lit up so you know each time one of our videos drops. Every Sunday night, PST, 5 p.m. We go live to take your questions, have a little chat, talk about some subjects, and that turns into our long bones. And this is, of course, one of our short ribs where we take 20 minutes to kind of go into a subject. But right before we actually get started, I do have to get something off my chest. I did watch the new Batman movie last night. It's okay, not great. The dialogue is terrible. It's 3 hours long. And Batman, the actor they got, so he's the same dude from Twilight, if I remember correctly. Those that remember those movies. I think I only ever watched the first one, didn't finish the rest of it, just didn't find it entertaining. But he looks like emo vegan Batman. Like, I swear I have more muscle tone than Batman did in this particular movie. So yeah, kind of disappointing. I mean, it's not a bad film. It's just had poor dialogue. The action was great. I think he did a great job with that. It was hard to believe that the actor was Bruce Wayne, though, just because he just didn't have that kind of charisma, that Bruce Wayne was supposed to be. My favorite Batmans are the was it Christian Bale? Yeah, Batmans. I thought he did an awesome job.
Christian Bale?
Isn't that his name?
No.
It's not his. No.
Christian Bale?
There you go. That's his name.
Is
Christian
his first
Bale.
name Christian? Yeah. I know his last name's Bale. So
yeah, Christian Bale. I thought his Batman was better. But this one was pretty cool. It was kind of a mix of old school classic Batman with like a modernized edge to it. I don't know. It's the best way I can describe it. No, I say still watch it. It's worth watching still.
Aren't those characters from Twilight? Aren't they like vampires and werewolves and stuff?
Yes.
So you think
they're glittery vampires?
It seemed like they'd be better fed. They wouldn't look all gaunt and emaciated.
Well, vampires don't eat. They just drink the blood.
So well,
they don't actually eat the flesh.
Isn't that the kind of ideal meal, though? It's fresh blood.
I don't know about your fat to protein ratios. And I mean, are you getting a decent amount of protein? And then I would imagine you get no fat. It's mostly water and like electrolytes and minerals.
Well, I think the key, if you're a vampire, you want to drink the blood of people that have high vitamin D levels, because if you're a vampire, you don't get much sunlight.
That is true.
Yeah. So maybe they need to be more selective. Maybe that's why they don't look so good. No vitamin D. I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe our diets are so poor, and that's why the vampires died out. Because our diet became so poor that they weren't getting enough vitamin D.
Right.
And so they died out. So there's no longer. There used to be vampires. That's why all the stories are like, back in time. Back in time. When our diet was better because it was more meat-based.
Right. So you need to drink the blood of meat-based people who get plenty of sunshine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To be a successful, long-living vampire.
Well, we hope all the vampires out there got something valuable out of our conversation.
Well, I'm sure all the garlic and kale, probably didn't sit well. They probably started to get like digestive issues.
Yeah. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, here I am talking about vampire rights and no one cares. See, I have causes. We have a cause.
Right. So I'm glad you got that off your chest. It was very informative for me. I didn't even know there was a Batman movie that came out. So I love movies. Can't say I really know much about Twilight series. I know I saw the first one, but it was a while ago.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with glittery vampires.
Glittery vampires. It's the future, they say. So let's get back to the core topics. Of course, Justin and I, we meet every day, pretty much exclusively meet, and we both have Fitbit Sense, which is a wearable technology. It it's falls in the category of a health tracker, I guess. And Justin and I are always very curious about the data. I mean, the data doesn't necessarily tell you whether you're healthy or not, just like a blood test or 10 blood tests or 20 blood tests doesn't necessarily tell you whether you're healthy or not. But when you have goals, the data certainly helps, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better for troubleshooting. Again, it comes back to that where you're starting from and where you're trying to go. With me and Carnivore both having 3+ years carnivory under our belts, we kind of got the whole eating just meat thing, down, eat until you're full. We might experiment with like OMAD or something like that. But if you're gonna do an experiment like OMAD, the data really helps because if you're doing OMAD, for you to do it successfully, I believe you really got to make sure you're hitting those fat, protein, and to a lesser extent, caloric thresholds in order for it to be successful, to sustain you throughout the whole 24 hours.
So Justin's kind of shifted to more of an OMAD style. I'm still doing the feed the old bonfire. I'm eating a lot of meals a day. So 4, 5, sometimes 6 meals a day. And so that's another topic, right? I mean, a lot of people are OMAD and fasting, or 2MAD is like really popular right now, but it's certainly not the only way to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And for me, the way I'm doing my OMAD is I'm basically just judging by what I would normally eat in 2 meals and just scarfing it down in 1. And so just giving my body a longer time to digest, use that energy, and kind of reset until I eat again. One thing for me is that I really don't like eating too close to bed. And so for sometimes, I get busy with something later in the day after work. And if I eat, past 8, 9, something like that, I typically don't sleep as well. And I have noticed since going OMAD this past week, deep sleep has been better for me.
Yeah, so like yesterday was a little bit of a different day for me. Like I was out in the sun more. I was actually got a little exercise too because I was pushing somebody in a wheelchair around a fair. So, and I know when I get more sunlight, I sleep better. I clearly don't get enough. So, but as far as meals go, my day was very busy, and I didn't head out. I didn't actually make it to the gym, or wasn't even headed to the gym till between probably 8:30 and 9 or something like that. And I realized I hadn't eaten enough. So naturally I went to the fueling station. That'd be In and Out. And it's right near on the way to the gym. So I ordered up 3 Flying Dutchman, which is just meat patties with cheese on them. Scarfed those down, went to the gym. It was leg day or leg night. So I had a good leg workout from pushing a wheelchair around and then doing everything I could to.
Are you able to say the weight of the individual that you are pushing around? Because that counts.
Well, I will say probably 170 pounds ish. And it wasn't a regular wheelchair with the big wheels in back. It was a transport chair with little tiny wheels front and back. And is an outdoor venue in an area where there's lots of trees that break the sidewalk up and lots of potholes. And lots of bad asphalt, and
So
so it's
LA?
challenging. Well, in the outskirts of LA. So in the great vast suburbs of Los Angeles. So anyways, but yeah, so Justin and I always, whether our eating style is frequent or once a day, we kind of want to be aware of how much energy we're using and how much we need to put back in, how much protein we should have to rebuild the muscles, because he's doing workouts including the X3 bar, and he's got a gym there where he lives. I go to the gym every day, or the least I go is probably 5 times a week, sometimes 7. So it just depends. But all that aside, we have goals of, putting on muscle, getting leaner, building endurance, stuff like that. So we want to talk a little bit about how we do that. So we're going to start with a general overview. We use the data from our trackers to help us adjust our diet and give us some idea if our sleep is adequate to recover from whatever we did the day before, and so on and so forth. So we're going to kind of break that down. Did you want to share your weekly
Yeah,
report?
sure.
And
My
then
homework.
I'll share mine.
Sure.
So the Fitbit tracker tracks a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's my emails, I guess. On the
Dark
other
mode.
side. On the other side. Yeah, I love dark mode.
Yeah, there you
It's my
go.
life.
So the Fitbit app sends you a summation every week, give you some idea of where you're at. So one of the things that we've been talking about recently was how many floors, or say flights of stairs, we do in a day or a week or whatever. Justin lives in a luxurious penthouse on the 4th floor, so
Right.
he does a lot of stairs.
Yeah,
So
anytime I leave, I get in my stairs for sure. So this week is a little skewed, or this past week, because I was dog sitting for my aunt. And so in order to take the puppy out so it does not make a mess on my floor, I would have to go down and up the stairs. So on like one day, I think I did like, I don't know, like 90 stairs, like one day or something ridiculous. I'll see if I can find it when you share yours. But anyway, I like this this little setup. It sends you one email a week roughly, and it has your floors, how many miles you walked, the weekly average calories burned. So yeah, I'm usually around 2,000 calories. How, in the zones. So zones are based on heart rate and how hard you go with your heart rate is different zones. If you exercise 5 days a week, how your average sleep hours, steps, and average heart rate resting. And if you had any weight change, so my Fitbit is actually connected to my high-tech scale that has a app. So it feeds that data into it as well. And typically I don't really have a lot of weight change on average, but that's okay.
all right. Well, I'm going to kind of go over mine. It's basically the same thing as Justin's, but I'm going to explain this will be slightly different. Maybe that'll help people understand better the value or the utility of such things. So you can see, I'd like to point out right here at the top up here, you see it says 53,000 total steps. Now it's for a week. My best day was over 11,000. So the reason why you're going to see that in a lot of Fitbit data is because Fitbit originally started out as a pedometer, not necessarily a watch or a whole health tracker, as it were. It just kept track of how many steps you made in its earliest versions. And that was because based on the idea that if people walked at least 10,000 steps a day, that would help people be healthier. So that's kind of a focal point in the Fitbit universe. whether it's important to you or not, that's an individual thing, but that's why it's here. And you can see in a week I did 53,000 steps. That's pretty good. I mean, if it was 70,000, then it would be 10,000 a day, which, by some estimates, that would be ideal. So, but right here, you'll see 91 floors. That's how, the tracker measures the change in elevation. So every time you go up like 10 feet in elevation, that's a flight of stairs. Now, Justin knows he went to a barbecue festival or something, and there was a lot of walking up and down slopes, I guess. So it counted that as flights of stairs, right?
Yeah,
So
which that was kind of funny. I was like, wait, I don't remember going up a bunch of stairs.
now I live in a 2-story house. And so, one day I did, I think it was over a week ago, but I was moving stuff up and down. I did like 43 flights of stairs. I did that carrying furniture. So, it's interesting to see how much output something like that takes, which we'll get into each one of these categories of like floors, total miles, average daily caloric burn, total active zone minutes. So we'll get into heart zones and stuff like that. And then if you notice right here, Justin had 5 out of 5 days of exercise. I've got 7 out of 5. Yeah, because and I like to explain that because a lot of people, obviously you don't want to work out overwork. You got to recover from workouts. And a lot of people say it's not good to work out every day, but for me, it's easier to maintain a pace of basically going every day than it is to try and do like every other day or whatever. So that may not be optimal for everybody, right? So I just like to point that out. I'm not recommending that for everyone, but there's people out there that it works really well for. And another thing that we talk a lot about, sleep. So there's lots of little things in the sleep cycle that data is collected for. And I know Justin and Joe and I talk about it all the time, how much we recover, how good our sleep was, because I think a lot of people struggle with that, right?
Right.
And then this is like how many hours per day you're active, so if you're sitting in front of the computer, you obviously are playing video games or watching TV, you're not very active. So it kind of tracks that. And then, your heart rate, your average beats per minute. Now, this is the daytime. We'll get into nighttime in another video. And then weight gain, you can see here, I actually put on 15.8 pounds, but that was from when I weighed like a year ago. Cause I too have a scale that will talk to my Fitbit, but I rarely use it. So anyways, and I'll talk about that. Cause oddly enough, I put on like almost 16 pounds, but my waist size went down and my shirt size is going up, which is going to be a problem because I'm already wearing a 3X. So there's not a lot of 4X shirts out there. So anyways, but we're going to break these all down in the upcoming videos and tell people how this information might help them meet their goals. Right.
Oh, and this is not sponsored content. We are not sponsored by Fitbit. No one told us to do this.
No.
Tom's been a Fitbit advocate forever. He got me into it the last like 8 months or so. So that's why we're doing this. We think it's a service to the community, to us, and it's something we just like to talk about. So it's easy content. So there you go.
Yeah, and if Fitbit's not necessarily better than other trackers, like our buddy Joe Zumbo, he got a different brand. It actually has some features ours don't have, and then a lot of it is really just in the user interface and how they present the information, how they label stuff. There's just some slight differences to that, but any one of them can be helpful. So, if you got a Garmin or a Samsung or a Wahoo, Apple Watch, yeah, they can
No, if you got
all
an
help
Apple
you.
Watch, we hate you because Apple's not allowed here. So no
Well,
Apple Watches.
Well, and everybody I know has an Apple Watch has to charge it while they're sleeping, and then you don't get sleep data. So I was talking to my friend who actually works at Apple. He's like, well, I'd have to buy 2 Apple Watches, one to wear while I'm sleeping and one to wear while I'm awake. And I'm like, really? Because I just charge mine when I'm in the shower, right? because I figure I'm not worried about shower data. And I don't want to, you know, and then it's just the thing of wearing a watch or taking a shower. You got to take it off, dry underneath, you know, all that stuff. So it made sense to me just to not wear the watch in the shower, just charge it. So,
Oh, and
anyways,
when it comes to Fitbit, I highly recommend upgrading to the aluminum band or a stainless steel band or
yeah.
whatever. It just makes life so much better.
Yeah, that's one of the things I don't like about a lot of the trackers. They come with like a soft plastic band, and especially if you work out a lot, that sucks. So this is actually a woven stainless steel. You can see, you can just barely see my beard through it. So it's actually like a stainless steel fabric that breathes, and I have big hands, so it's hard for me to get any of these watches on. But this one has a magnetic clasp, so that's handy because when I'm lifting and stuff, like the size of my arm will actually change, or it'll be in the way, or I want to put a glove on. And it's very easy to loosen up the magnetic band. I'm not doing a very good job of showing it, but it adjusts very quickly and very
I feel
easily.
like we're doing like, when you fly and they tell you like how to like, put on your
Your mask.
seatbelt. Yeah, your mask or your seatbelt. It's like attention. Yeah, there you go. It's magnetic. And I like because I get to play with the magnet all the time because I
Yeah.
have the tism. So it's a really
Yeah.
great
So
for
if you like fiddling with
stimming.
things, you're gonna
Yeah.
love the magnetic band. It does stick to the bar when I'm weightlifting sometimes.
Oh yeah,
And
me too. Sometimes you get stuck on things. So do watch out for that. You can walk
I've
away.
snagged a drill bit or two by accident at the shop. So yeah, so it's not perfect, but it's way more fun than a crappy plastic, especially with all the stupid colors they make now. It's like everything's like a pastel or something, dorky or white. I mean, who the hell wants a white watch band? It's gonna show every speck of dirt. So anyways, I think we
Wait, I have
set
one
this
more
up nice.
thing to talk about the Batman movie because brought up
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
So whoever that guy is from Twilight, he's got tiny hands. And even the chick that they got to play, spoiler alert, Catwoman's in the movie. She's mad cute. She's hot. There's a lot of Catwoman in it, and I don't mind because she was like the best part of the movie. Really pretty. I don't know. I recognize the actress, but I don't know her name. But she's great. I'd love to see her in more things. But there's a part where she's holding Batman's hand, or Bruce Wayne rather, and her hand is bigger than his hand. And I was like, that's just sad. So yeah, are you trying to look up the actor and actresses in
Yeah.
Batman?
It just can't be right what I'm reading. That dude can't be Batman.
It probably is because you would
No
never
way.
believe. Yeah. Scaly white dude, super pale white.
Kevin Conroy? That can't be right.
No, I don't think that's his name.
It's gotta be another dude.
Which Batman movie did you look up?
Who plays Batman in 2022? Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Yes, that's it. Robert Pattinson. Yes.
Yeah.
Who played Catwoman? Does it say?
Oh, it's on
Cast?
HBO Max, huh?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I
Gotcha.
watched it. Yeah.
All right. It's cool. I'll just hack your account, then I don't have to pay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking for a picture of the guy. Oh yeah, dude. Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, he's like bony, sunken cheeks.
Right. That's what I said. He's like vegan Batman.
Wow. All right then. I'm sorry they made that choice, but I hope he's
He
at
acted
least.
it well. Like as
Oh,
far as
that's
the
good.
acting, the dialogue was bad. Like, but that's not his fault, right? That's
Right.
script writers. Everything else was good. It's just it was hard to see him as, like I said, looked like vegan emo Batman.
All right. So let's try Catwoman.
Yeah. She's gorgeous. She's really pretty.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah. Oh, she must be related to Lenny Kravitz?
His daughter or his sister or something.
I would
know.
imagine daughter. Lenny Kravitz is
I
pretty
just
old.
see a picture of her. She's mighty pretty.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Zoe Kravitz is.
She does not look vegan.
Catwoman.
She's got a great physique in the movie.
This article is on Variety
Uh,
magazine, and it says Zoe Kravitz says the interpreted Catwoman as bisexual in the Batman.
all right then.
That's
Okay.
the headline. And one picture. I mean, I'm not gonna obviously not read this whole article on the video, but for those who are curious, they
There
got
you
a
go.
pretty girl to play Catwoman.
Yes, she's very pretty.
There's been some good looking Catwomen.
Oh yeah, well it's Catwoman. You can't have
Well,
anyway.
it's like the I didn't Halle Berry get a
I think you
raspberry.
two are fans that are still watching this as are getting into the Batman movie. I
Well, I was just gonna
appreciate
say,
it.
didn't Halle Berry get a raspberry award or whatever for the movie Catwoman?
That's just because the movie was bad. I mean, she
Right.
looked good in it and everything. Just the
Yeah.
movie was bad. Again, I think
I
that was
felt
more
bad about
script.
that because I remember she's like a trooper. Most people don't show up to accept the raspberry award, and she did. She kind of owned it. And
She
I'm
was
like,
good. I mean, she was good. It's just the movie was bad.
yeah, no, she's awesome.
Yeah.
So I hope Zoe's as awesome as Halle Berry.
I don't remember enough of that Catwoman, but it's great. The Catwoman here was great.
All right.
We're
Well,
gonna start a second channel. It's gonna be Tom and Justin movie critique. We've been planning on it for a while.
right.
Definitely do it.
Let's do it. All right. So more Fitbit slash fitness tracker slash how much should I eat videos coming up. This is kind of the first one in a series. I know the first time I started reading about heart rate variability and zone training and all that, I thought, oh, this is way over my head. You know, this is way too advanced for me. But once I got a device, I was like, oh, this is easy. And it's really starting to make sense when you're actually doing an activity, right? So,
Right.
so anyways, I hope we could kind of help other people with that because it's always nice to meet goals. It's good to have goals, right? You know, you don't want to just do this because you want to be somebody who eats meat, but you probably want to do this for all kinds of reasons, right? You're trying to deal with some sort of health problem. You want to be more fit.
Well, we
Right.
know that we've gone over it before, but like things like grip strength, your lean muscle mass to your fat ratio, all translates highly to longevity.
And
That
quality of
data
life.
is in and quality of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. No falling and breaking our hips here. We might fall. That does happen, but no broken hips.
Well, how far are we falling?
Well, I mean,
Because I
I'm
fell
only
off a roof, I
5'7".
might break my hip. I'm just saying.
Well, hey, I'm like Batman, so you know, I
Right.
learned some skills from the movie.
Well, and
Is
like I
that
was
how it
saying,
works? You watch a movie and you become that person.
well, like I was saying before we started recording, you're kind of monkey-esque. So
Right. There you go.
I have a hard time imagining you falling off a building because you just probably like,
Well, there was a time I almost fell off a roof, but I grabbed the what is it, the gutter or whatever, and I got the scars in my fingers forever because the gutters cut into my fingers. So there you go.
Maybe
So
we
I've
should
done
get
that.
some gutters with duller edges on them
Yeah,
for
very
all the
sharp.
kids, for all the kids falling off of them.
And yeah, it was someone's birthday and it was a whole thing. You know, when your girlfriend's drunk dad is like, hey, you should get up on the roof to be the pinata, to the pinata, you say okay, because you don't want to upset the drunk father.
These are how things go.
Yep, it is.
It's good to be a monkey when you're falling off a roof.
Very much so.
All right. Well, let's close this one down and get on to the next one. We thank everybody for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, smash the like button as many times as possible. Get your friends to do it. Send the links to the videos to your friends and family, even people you don't like. The more it gets out there, the better. Hey, and leave us comments. I mean, whatever you got to say. What maybe you want to tell us about another fitness tracker. Maybe you know which one of these categories of data is more valuable to you or has helped you meet your goals. Any interaction, that we get from you folks helps the channel. So
Are you
use it,
team DC or are you team Marvel
right?
comics?
Maybe
There
they
you
need
go.
to let us know that too. I don't have a team yet, so maybe you can help me pick one.
There you go.
But until next time, eat some
Eat some
meat.
meat. Feel better.
Feel better.
Whatever you do, don't fall
fall
down the
the
carb
carb hole.
hole.